Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Cooking with Red. I'm Alex, and today I am joined again by the fabulous Aniela, who is one of our awesome chefs, aka configurators here at Red Argyle. And today we're continuing on the leftover edition. Right? There's so much under the hood here, Aniela, that we could spend all day talking about it, probably all month.
Probably. We definitely covered a lot in our optimizer episode, and we're looking forward to today's episode. Last time we went through our fridge, our org, and we pulled all of the things out of the back of the fridge. We're pulling out the leftovers. We're seeing what we got. We're throwing away what's bad. We're keeping what's good, and we're making a gourmet meal. So we're going to go ahead and talk about security health check. And we're going to talk about all the wonderful things it gives you. It gives you an at-a-glance knowledge of your org's baseline security. So you're going to be able to know how secure you are. It's going to give you a nice little scale with percentage. It's perfect. It's going to list out any security risks and the mitigations that you can take to affect that rating and make it go up, make it go down. You want it to go up. You really want it to go up. Don't let it go down. It's also going to list any release updates, formerly known as critical updates. You're going to want to make sure that you hit those release updates before their dates pass, because that's going to keep your org's health good. It's going to keep that rating high, and those are the things you want. For more information, you can click on the link below, which is the Salesforce help article for security health check.
So with that, I feel like this is a good time to go look at ours for Red Rayon, right? Let's dive in.
Yeah.
This is even easier to run than Optimizer for context because it happens at an instant. So we're going to come over. We're going to go right over here into setup again, where we're really living with all these fun tools. Type in health check, and voila, it's right there. So it's going to take a second to analyze. Oh, see, this is good. So if you're an overachiever like me, we obviously want it to be as close to 100 as possible. So what it does, as Aniela just alluded to, is it immediately calls out, hey, here are some session settings, password policies, could be like file access. And what it's going to do is it's going to review the metadata and really your security related settings to decide and decipher what is potentially causing risk in your org and identifying, hey, here's some easy ways to remediate that. So you can come in there. It's broken out into a couple different sections. So first is high risk. And I'll show you, it makes it even easier to update, I promise. Here's some medium level risk settings, similar to having like a 1-day password lifetime. Oftentimes people have it longer for like a month or something along those lines. And how complex your password is. We all know those crazy passphrases that ultimately are sometimes a pain to remember, but they ultimately help with your security. They're important. And then low risk.
All right. So as you can see, our health check has run, and at the very top, we see that we are in poor condition. Alex, we got some work to do. So you'll see a percentage. You'll see what that percentage means for your org, and then you've also got this nice linear graphic to help you visualize your org's health. And as you can see, we got a long way to go to the end, but the finish line is the finish line is in sight. You'll see that there is a space, a link just underneath that will tell you how they have compiled this score, so that you know what it is that they're looking at, what it is that they see that they think is a problem. Next, you see all these security risk settings, these security setting sections. You've got high risk, medium risk, low risk, and informational. Informational stuff, not quite as important, but stuff you still might want to know about. High risk, obviously, is the stuff that you really want to make sure is secure. You'll see we have a lot of critical settings, or a lot of settings here that right now they're at critical. You can see you're given the status of where it is, the setting that is in question. You can see the group that it's associated with. You've got what your value currently is and what Salesforce says their standard is based on this baseline. You've also got a section here for actions where you have edit, which if you click that link, will take you to the location of the setting. So if you want to look at the setting in its context and not just click something without knowing what you're looking at, it's a great place to be able to do that. So, and you have that for all of them, the high, the medium, and the low. Alex is going to go ahead and show us how to fix the risks. Go ahead, Alex.
Oh, and this is so easy. But what you do, as Danielle just mentioned, you can go through and go individually. But let's be honest, who has time for that? So if you're confident that you want to up your security game to mirror that of Salesforce, and let's say as we did, we have already reviewed this for Red Rayon. We decided that yes, we want to go through and update our maximum invalid login attempts, for example, from 10 and narrow that down to 3. You'll see this little button over here in the right-hand corner that says Fix Risks. Click on that sucker. And essentially, it just calls out, here are all the settings in question that we need to review and potentially remediate. All I literally have to do is I'm going to click the status to select them all. I can opt out a couple if I wanted to change a few of these settings. I can do that. I'm just going to select them all. Go big or go home, right? And then I click on Change Settings. And it's going to do that prompt, right? Just say, hey, are you sure? Here's some things that will be changed. Obviously, it's our session and our password policies. I click yes. And then we get that, which is great. So we are now meeting the standard. So now what I'm going to come in. Oh, look at that, Aniela.
I know, 100%. So as you can see, we've used the tools that we were given, Optimizer and Security Health Check, and by pulling those things that already exist in our org, that already exist in Salesforce, we're able to figure out exactly what it is we need to do to optimize, to make our orgs better, to try and eliminate that technical debt that everybody seems to suffer from. So we've taken those leftovers, and from that, we've made a gourmet meal. I'm going to go eat lunch. See you guys later.
Me too. Thanks again for joining us, guys.